Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be doing an open video to Hugh Jackman. This is kind of like an open letter, but because it's on the internet, on YouTube, I thought I'd call it an open video. So, as all of you know, the last movie that Hugh Jackman is doing with playing the Wolverine is out in theaters. It's been out for a week already. And Logan, by the way, that's the movie. And it's a great film. If you haven't seen my review yet, go check that out after this video. And I wanted to, kind of share my thoughts, a respective, I guess, on Hugh Jackman playing this character. I was in high school when the first X-Men movie came out, and that was the X-Men movie, or that was the X-Men thing in general, that got me into being an X-Men fan. That's when I actually finally became an X-Men fan. Most people my age, or maybe even a little bit older than me, got into X-Men because of X-Men the animated series. I never got into that cartoon too much. Even today, I try rewatching it. I own the show on DVD, but it's not as good as I feel, as good as people make it out to be. Something about the animation bothers me, and the voice acting is a little bit, I don't know, those voices, they're great. The great voice actors. It's just, for me, especially Wolverine's voice in that cartoon, I couldn't get into it. I don't know. That's just me. But with the X-Men movie, the very first one, that was my introduction, my gateway into the X-Men movies. And then after that, that's when I really started watching the cartoons and any other thing that was X-Men related. And Hugh Jackman obviously stood out a lot for, I think, a lot of us. He was a great actor. He fit into this role. Nobody knew who he really was. I wasn't one of the people that complained, because I think I was at a stage in my life that I didn't really pay attention too much to who's playing what and so on. I think I paid attention to that. I started caring more about that later on, maybe in the mid 2000s. And I obviously he won me right away. The backstory of Wolverine was really good, and he was just a badass character. And Hugh Jackman, obviously, I watched other performances of his throughout the years. Like The Prestige is one of my favorite movies of all time, as well as Prisoners is probably his best performance of all time. Maybe Logan can be up there as well, but yeah, Prisoners, he was just insane. I was memorized. That movie is disturbing, but that was a great performance. I'm not going to knock that out. So when he came back for X2 and X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, even his cameos in both Apocalypse and First Class, this guy brings it every time he plays this role. And it's crazy to think about that it's been 17 years since the first X-Men movie. I mean, like I said, I was in high school in that first X-Men movie. I was still around the middle of high school. I think it was grade 11 when the first one came out. And I remember when that movie came out on DVD, I faked sick just so I can watch it 2 or 3 times at home that day. Literally, I watched it I was hooked. I thought it was the best comic book movie ever at the time. I liked it more than the Tim Burton Batman films. I liked it more than the Christopher Reeve Superman films. And it just, something blew my mind about it, that maybe it was because I could relate to it, because I wasn't the popular kid in school. I was the kid who was shy, who was quiet, that sometimes bullies picked on. So maybe I connected to it in that sense. And who wouldn't want to be Wolverine? Putting yourself in that shoes to be tough and turn the tables around on the bullies that picked on you. I think that's what made Wolverine, the idea of him, really cool to me. It's I want to be badass like that. And every time he came back, he always brought something new. I was talking to someone about this, how Wolverine, you look at him in the first X-Men movie. Obviously, he's a lone wolf. But then you look at him in Days of Future Past, and he's a mentor role in that film. He's taking more of the mentor position. He's mentoring young Xavier, which that talk between them in Cerebro, when after Cerebro blows up because it doesn't go the way Xavier wants it to, James McAvoy, and then Wolverine has that conversation with him to try to turn that around, to try to give him a little bit of hope. And he tells him, read my mind. And Xavier reads his mind and sees all these terrible things that happen. And, hey, look deeper in my mind. Talk to the person you know who you have to talk to. I thought that was some really... that's one of my favorite moments. And usually I love action sequences, but you know, if I'm loving a quieter moment more than a louder moment, that means the movie is definitely doing something right, in my opinion. Because those are the moments that should be the more important scenes. And that's why I think Bryan Singer really has those X-Men movies down. I think he's really great at the character moments. And now we have Logan, which takes Hugh Jackman's performance as this character to the next level. It's just mind-blowing, you know. This is definitely a nice, suitable ending for this character. And so what I'm trying to come down to in this video, I doubt Hugh Jackman will ever watch this, but you'll never know. I really want to thank Hugh Jackman for playing this character for as long as he has, because, you know, there are a lot of actors out there who become known as a character for the rest of their career because they were so great at it. And it's not that they're bad actors later on. They're great actors still. You know, Robert Downey Jr., before Iron Man and after Iron Man, he'll always be known as a great actor. Christopher Reeve as Superman, Michael Keaton as Batman. Thankfully, Michael Keaton's having a resurgence in his career. He's starting to get back up there, playing other roles again. Birdman, and now he's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming, which is awesome. You know, Ben Affleck now playing Batman. He's having a resurgence in his career as well as a directing career. Hugh Jackman will forever be known as Wolverine, but he'll always have other great performances to come. And even before Logan, he'll always have those great performances. Some of the ones that I mentioned before, like Prisoners. You know, despite Van Helsing, you know, Van Helsing is kind of cringeworthy, but I thought Hugh Jackman was great in that movie. And so I want to say thank you to Hugh Jackman for playing this character for as long as he has, because no actor has ever stuck with a character for as long as he has. You know, not even a James Bond actor has stuck around for as long to play. Maybe the Star Trek actors, the William Shatner and his crew, maybe they played those roles for a long time, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know if that counts, but yeah, sure, we'll make it count. But as a superhero movie, as a character based on comics, and these type of movies are the ones that I love the most. I love the superhero genre, and the fact that I grew up with Hugh Jackman in these films makes me appreciate him a lot more. And so yes, I wanted to say thank you on that. And with that being said, guys, comment below and share your thoughts and memories on Hugh Jackman playing this awesome character. What are some of your favorite moments? One of my all-time favorite moments is obviously the cameo in First Class when Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy come in looking for him. And what does Hugh Jackman say? Fuck off, you know? I thought that was a hilarious, one of the most hilarious Wolverine moments in history. Most badass moment, man, I can't even pick a most badass moment because there's so many badass moments with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's probably somewhere in Logan for sure, my ultimate favorite, because that movie was just badass all around, amazing, emotional, and great. So subscribe to my channel, especially if you are a huge X-Men fan or a superhero fan in general. And like this video if you agree with me. And until next time, guys, take care.